Hi, I'm Rena Montez Ellis with the Museum of the Grand Prairie, Mahomet, and today I'm going to talk about miniature gardens. So a miniature garden is a garden that you can create in your backyard, maybe at a base of a tree or in your garden where there's some space, there's not a lot of plants. I'm going to use a pot saucer. It's a 12-inch round piece that you put at the bottom, at the base of a pot so that it catches the water. And let me go ahead and show you some of the items that I have. Okay, so what I have is some cork. I have a fossil, some little alder cones. I have some shell that I got on a vacation. I also have some things like a skeleton hand that is from an old Halloween decoration. I have this teacup, this old teacup that the kids don't use anymore, and they use it. They've been playing with it outside. I also have my plants, and I have 2 succulents, and then I also have a tomato plant that I don't need because I didn't have room in my garden. I have this piece of metal that was from an old garden art that fell off, and I have some colored glass rock, that I'm going to use to give it a little color in our garden. I also have plant shards. Now, plant shards, make sure that it's okay to use with your parents. I break pots, and so I save the pieces, and I'm going to use these in my miniature garden. So this is my plant saucer that I have, and so if you have one, like I said, you could do it at a base of a tree, but this will give you some instruction on how to make your garden, wherever you choose to put it. So I'm going to put the soil in. Now the soil, you can just start off with the soil, put as much as you need. You can add some, you can take it away. I'm going to add my shard in first. Put it in there. And I'm going to use my blue shard. Just put it in here. Kind of like a wall. And this, you can think about, all the items that you have are going to depend on what you have in your yard and what you have in your house. Use your imagination. There's so much that you can add to your garden. And then if you want to change it, you can add more small rocks, pebbles. So I'm going to go ahead and add my tomato plant. So here's my tomato plant. And I'm just going to add it. Now, a tomato plant can get pretty big. And especially in this miniature garden, there's not a lot of room for it to grow with the roots. But you can just you can kind of snip off the top of it, and that will keep it nice and small. Now my other plants, my succulents, I am just going to add because these pots that they're in are pretty small anyway. So, well, let's get this in here. So, we can just add them, and just remember to water them. Let's put a little cone right here. And I'm going to put some shells in this design. And then I'm going to take my rocks, and I'm just going to place them in a pattern. Maybe just around the rim. Remember, this is all up to you, how you want to design it. And you can change it as the summer goes. You can add more or less to whatever you want. I also didn't mention that I do have some caps. These are bottle caps that you can use in there too, to give it some color. Doesn't look like I have much room. I can change things. I got this teacup. I think I'm going to maybe put the teacup. Like if you change your mind, just put the teacup right there. Maybe put some rocks in there. There you go. Oh, and then I'm going to use my piece of metal. I'm just going to put that right here. So you have some height variation. You've got some color. You've got different plants. And like I said, throughout the summer, you can keep changing this. And then my last final thing is that I'm just going to add Dora. She's going to enjoy this garden. Well, see what you come up with, and thanks for joining me.